London has been absolutely smitten with your work.
Yes, isn't it too sweet?
What do you say to the numerous critics who describe the Yellow Book as French decadence with an English accent?
I say, how perfectly toned piss, of course.
The poster you designed for the Avenue Theatre is stopping the horses in the tracks, Mr. Beardsley.
People are certainly talking about it.
You don't feel, then, that an artist who puts his art into a poster is déclassé of light character?
Advertisement is an absolute necessity of modern life. If it can be made beautiful as well as obvious, so much the better for the makers of soap and the public who are likely to copy.
Your sister, Miss Mabel Beardsley.
Yes, the dear girl has been touring the provinces in Oscar Wilde's play, A Woman of No Importance.
You illustrated the play Salome by Mr. Oscar Wilde, and you've often been seen dining with him. Would you describe yourself as a good friend of Mr. Wilde?
Oscar and I are on excellent speaking terms. Matter of fact, my sister and I shall be attending the opening night of his new play.
The importance of being earnest. Oh, I'd give anything to be there.
Feel free to look for me if you do find a ticket. We shall be in Mrs. Levison's box.
One last question, Mr. Beardsley. Your health.
Next year, you will, I am sure, be able to announce my death in addition to other events in my life.
Queensberry arrested! Scandal brewing! Lord Queensberry arrested! My paper, sir. Nice bit of scandal today. What do you make of it then, eh? Oscar Wilde, he goes to his club and he's handed a card. The porter says from the Marquis of Queensberry. So he takes the card from the Marquis and he reads the message. To Oscar Wilde, posing as a sodomite. What's a famous geezer like Mr. Walter do then, eh? Mind you, I knows a few what's rented themselves to old Oscar. His tastes, well, they're hardly a secret now, are they? So his mates, Oscar's mates that is, they tell him to hop it over to France. And put up with anything over there, even his lot. But Oscar, the old powder puff, he says nah. He's going to vindicate himself. So he goes to his solicitors and they make a case, see? Oscar Wilde charges the crazy old shagger Lord Queensberry with criminal libel. There's going to be a bleeding trial.
In your novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray, you say in your introduction there's no such thing as a moral or an immoral book. Books are well written or badly written. That expresses your view?
My view on art, yes.
Then I take it that no matter how immoral a book may be, if it is well written, it is, in your opinion, a good book. A perverted novel may be a good book.
I don't know what you mean by a perverted novel.
Then I suggest Dorian Gray is open to the interpretation of being such a novel.
Well, that could only be to brutes and illiterates.
Queensberry trial enters second day.
Have you often written letters in the same style as this?
I do not repeat myself in style.
Dearest of all boys, your letter was delightful red and yellow wine to me, but I am sad and out of sorts. Bosie, you mustn't make scenes with me. They kill me, they wreck the loveliness of life. I cannot see you so Greek and gracious, distorted with passion. I cannot listen to your curved lips saying hideous things to me. I must see you soon. You are the divine thing I want, the thing of grace and beauty. Why aren't you here, my dear, my wonderful boy? Your own Oscar. Is that an ordinary letter?
Wild trial takes sensational turn.
Do you know Walter Granger?
Yes.
Have you ever kissed him?
Oh dear, no. He was a peculiarly plain boy. He was unfortunately extremely ugly. I pitied him for it.
Was that the reason why you didn't kiss him?
Mr. Carson, you are pertinently insolent.
Why, sir? Why did you mention that the boy was extremely ugly?
For this reason. If I were asked why I did not kiss a doormat, I should say because I do not like to kiss doormats. I do not know why I mentioned that he was ugly, except that I was stunned by the insolent question you put to me.
Why did you mention his ugliness, I ask you?
Well, perhaps you insulted me with an insulting question.
Was that the reason why you should say the boy was ugly? Why? Why did you add that? Why?
Why? You sting me, you insult me, you try to unnerve me, and at times one says things flippantly when one ought to speak more seriously.
Then you said it flippantly.
Yes. It was a flippant answer.
Lord Queensberry found not guilty of criminal libel against Oscar Wilde.
It would have been impossible for me to prove my case without putting Lord Alfred Douglas into the witness box against his father. Rather than put him into so painful a position, I determined to retire from the case and to bear upon my own shoulders whatever shame and ignominy might come from my prosecuting Lord Queensberry.
Place numéro 5.
Smithers, let us go and explore the gutters and back alleys of old Vienna and recite Milky facts. There was a young lady of Lima whose life was as fast as a steamer. She played dirty tricks with a large crucifix till the smoke dribbled right down her femur.